This man is a security agent, and one day he fell to the ground when a bomb attack occurred while on duty. Just then a dog passes over him and says, "Hey brother, does anyone sleep in such a serious moment?" He was very surprised to hear such words from the dog's mouth. From then on, this man strangely began to understand the language of every animal around him. But the surprising thing is that the man doesn't like animals at all. Meanwhile, the responsibility of rescuing a cute panda fell upon him. In the whole video we will see what exactly happens to this man and the pain of these animals. So friends, sit tight and watch today's recap. Our today's story is about Mr. Perfectionist Taiju. The reason why he is called Mr. Perfectionist because this person likes perfection and disciplined lifestyle so much that all things in his house must be perfect. Everything must be in its place. Even the clothes he wears must be perfect. Every morning he will eat exactly 135 calories. Not a little more, not a little less. Simply put, his obsession with perfection works pretty well. But don't know what changes have come in his personal life due to this obsession, but it helps him a lot in his professional life. Currently, Taiju is working as an agent in a well-known security agency in South Korea. The agency that everyone knows as Niche. But this guy has a problem. And that is that this man cannot tolerate any animal. Means does not like any animal at all. One day after he got into the elevator, another man came with his dog in the elevator. Seeing the dog, Taiju made a face. Seeing this, the dog is very angry. And so the dog hissed on Taiju's face, taking the opportunity. Meanwhile, the owner of the dog saw it and hurriedly somehow wiped Taiju's face and ran away. This makes Taiju's mood even worse. But after reaching the office he felt a little better. Because from his friends he comes to know that his promotion talks are going on. A meeting was then called in their office. In the meeting, Taiju's boss says that a VIP is coming to our country from China and we have been given the responsibility to see that there is no problem for her. In no way should she get into any trouble, because the reputation of our agency is connected with it. And it will also affect the friendship between Korea and China for so many years. We have to do this very carefully. And if we can finish the job well, then we will get bigger projects later. The boss asks everyone who is willing to take responsibility for this work. Then Taiju immediately raised his hand. Then, when his boss shows the VIP from China on the screen, at that moment, Taiju's head feels like it is falling as if breaking through the sky. He sees that the VIP is not actually a human but a panda from China. The panda's name is Mingming and she is coming to Korea for a show. On this side, Taiju can't tolerate any living being at all. However, later, he is compelled and agrees to take on the responsibility of the project. After all, his promotion talks are going on. So he takes a lot of effort to make all those arrangements properly. He arranges tight security on the day of the event. A team of police, military and dog squad brought Mingming Madam to the show under full security. There, Taiju meets one of his friends, Crony. Crony went to New Zealand a few days ago. And so a special pen was bought for him from there. The specialty of the pen is that it can be used to turn off electronic devices within a range of 100 meters at any time. He flicks the switch on the pen when he is about to show Taiju the demo. And the electronic devices around everyone are turned off. Annoyed by this, Taiju takes the pen from him and says, "You really are an idiot. Make trouble wherever you go." Actually, Crony guy is not bad as a person. But poor luck is bad. And so even if he goes to do something with good thinking, he gets some kind of opposite reaction. After that, when the show started, Mingming was invited to the stage. Everyone is very happy to see him. But then a group of people came and released smoke bombs around the stage. Scared by the smoke, everyone started running around and Mingming also ran away from there. Taiju started running after Mingming to save her. And the crony goes after Mingming with a golf cart. But just then those people kidnapped Mingming unconscious. Taiju tries hard to stop them. But the kidnappers set off a smoke bomb in front of him. He can no longer see anything in his eyes because of the smoke. And on that occasion those people started running away. Still Taiju goes to shoot them. But just then Crony hits Taiju with his car. And with that shock he flew and fell on the road. He was hit hard on the head. He will lose consciousness, lose condition. At that time he noticed a dog running towards him. The dog said to Taiju while he was falling, "Why are you sleeping on the street in such a condition?" Taiju then faints. When he regains consciousness, he finds that he is admitted to a hospital and a large surgical collar is tied around his neck. At the hospital, he learns that Mingming's kidnapping has been continued as a niche plan. Statements have been made in the media that Mingming was not actually kidnapped that day. That panda was a dummy of Mingming. In fact, false statements were given by the niche so that the incident of kidnapping Mingming was not spread in the media. The next day when he got into the elevator to go to work, the man with the dog again got into the elevator with his dog. But now a funny thing happened. Taiju hears the dog saying that if I had the chance today, I would hiss in your face again. Hearing this, Taiju gets quite nervous. He thought to himself that I must have gone mad. In tension, he ran to the supermarket. From there he bought a bunch of healthy food. Because he thinks he is sick. And so now he has to eat good food. When he reaches the animal section while shopping, suddenly a mouse trapped in a box requests him to please take me to your house. Then again a hedgehog from the next box said, you don't take him, take me with you. Look, I am being given a discount. Seeing this, Taiju got even more scared and ran away from there to the office. But there is no peace even after coming to the office. The fish in the office aquarium started laughing at him. They kept saying, this guy ran for promotion till tomorrow. And now he will not have a job on his forehead. Taiju is very upset now. What is happening? Has he gone mad or has some strange power come over him? So he can hear all the animals. Anyway, hearing about the fish, he asked his boss, will I be fired? The boss says, what a surprise. Why will you be fired? You are one of your best agents. If we throw you out, our company will lose. Even after listening to the boss, the fishes don't stop their laughter. Seeing that, Taiju got angry and shouted very loudly. And everyone was very surprised to see him suddenly shouting like a bull. Then the boss asked him, why did you shout like that? Taiju sat down and said, I can hear these fish. They are laughing at me. After listening to Taiju's words, the boss thinks that he might have a mental problem due to the head injury and that's why he's talking so wrongly. Then the boss tells him, look Taiju, today you are very sick now. So you rest at home for a few days. If you are healthy then come to office. After leaving the office, he was going for a walk at a zoo. Then there he saw a panda saying hi to him. This panda is actually none other than his friend Crony. Crony is dressed as a panda and kept in a zoo so that the lies told by the niche will not be caught in front of everyone. While talking to Taiju, Crony suddenly sets his costume on fire. And the real panda thinks he is immediately taken to the hospital. Taiju meets a gorilla there. Gorilla tells him, I know the VIP panda, but you'll have to get me a magazine to find out. After listening to the gorilla, Taiju actually brings him a magazine. After opening the magazine and flipping through pictures of celebrity gorillas for a while, the gorilla tells Taiju, I don't know where the panda is. But the dog named Tommy who jumped on you that day knows where the panda is. After receiving information from the gorilla, Taiju goes out to find Tommy. Searching inside a burning house, he finds Tommy sitting and telling the other animals his heroic story. How he saved the lives of army men in Siberia. Suddenly seeing Taiju burst into them all, they all attacked him together. Then Taiju took some sausages and threw at them. They got the sausages and started eating. And in that gap, Taiju picked up Tommy and ran away from there. While driving, Taiju asked Tommy about Mingming's kidnappers, but Tommy refuses to tell him anything. Later he thought to himself, why not use this opportunity? So he makes a deal with Taiju. According to the terms of the deal, Tommy would help Taiju find Mingming, and in return, Taiju would let Tommy stay in his flat and eat plenty of food. Taiju agrees to Tommy's terms and brings him to his home. Tommy is very happy to see Taizu's sparkling clean house. And he started running around and jumping. And meanwhile, poor Taiju kept wiping the whole house with a napkin. The next morning he wakes up and does not recognize his own flat. How to know? Tommy makes Taiju's flat so messy it looks like a dustbin. Seeing the condition of the flat, Taiju gets very angry at Tommy. He scolds him a lot. And at that moment, Taiju's daughter, Seo Yan, arrives at his house with her two friends. Actually, Taiju's wife passed away quite a few years ago. Since her death, Taiju's relationship with his daughter has not been very good. Seo Yan doesn't even stay with Taiju. Taiju doesn't know what to do. His situation is such that even if he has any family or relatives, they might be harmed. But that day was Seo Yan's birthday. And her father promised her that he would give her a surprise on her birthday. And so she came to meet her father with her two friends. However, seeing the condition of the house, she realizes that her father had not planned any surprise for her but rather forgot her birthday. Seeing her upset, Taiju goes to her and apologizes. Just then Seo Yan's eyes fall on Tommy. She is happy to think that his father has at least gotten over his fear and started raising a dog. Seo Yan smiles at Tommy. Seeing that, Taiju no longer tells him the real truth. That afternoon, Seo Yan and Tommy play sports. They go for a walk in the park together and have a great time. Seo Yan then says goodbye to her father and leaves. Meanwhile, Tommy notices fireworks going off in the distance. Seeing the fireworks reminded him of his days in Serbia, how his owner had died in a blast. Remembering these, Tommy suddenly felt bad. Taizu then went and asked him, "Why are you upset?" Then Tommy says, "I remember who kidnapped Mingming. My owner died in Serbia because of that man. One day we went to defuse a bomb, but unfortunately that bomb exploded and my owner died. But the man who blasted the bomb, I got to see him. I went and tried to bite him but couldn't. But one thing I remember clearly, the man had a fake leg. It means it was made of iron. And the day Mingming was kidnapped, I smelled that man." Tommy also said, "You know, I loved my owner very much. My owner also loved me very much." Taiju gets very emotional hearing Tommy's words. He starts playing with Tommy to cheer him up. Meanwhile, when Mingming's kidnappers let her eat, Madame Mingming tells the kidnappers, "Look, I don't eat these ordinary foods. I only eat bamboo. It is also a special kind of bamboo. What else to do? Such a big VIP can't be kept without food." So the kidnappers arrange bamboo for her. On the other hand, Madame Mingming continued to eat bamboo. Meanwhile, Taizu and Tommy arrive at a bamboo farm to find Mingming. Going there, Tommy smells the kidnapper. And so they go to the farm owner's goat and ask about the kidnapper. Then the goat is told the number of the kidnapper's car. When they search online after getting the car number, they find that the owner of the car runs a reputed biotech company. And the man's name is Mansik. Tommy recognized the man immediately after seeing the picture, and said that this man kidnapped Mingming. Taizu has a little doubt about this matter, that why the owner of such a big company would go to kidnap a panda? But even then, he trusts Tommy and checks into Mansik's office. There he knows that Mansik is about to start a project that will use panda DNA to create a new species that humans can grow at home, just like dogs and cats. And these pandas will be just as cute as real pandas, but not as ferocious as wild animals. So realizes that they kidnapped Mingming for her DNA. Taiju then seizes the opportunity to attack Mansik. And then he beats his bodyguard and arrests Mansik, bringing him to the niche headquarters. But he accidentally leaves Tommy in Mansik's office. Meanwhile, when his boss asked him, "On what evidence did you arrest this man?" Then no more words come out of his mouth. What will he say or do? After hearing about a dog, he caught the owner of such a big company. That can be said in front of everyone. Taiju tries to convince everyone that everything is right, but he has no proof. And so he was fired for making false accusations. Meanwhile, out of the niche office, Mansik goes straight to talking to his gang men, whom he hired to kidnap Mingming. It turns out that Mingming was actually kidnapped not by Mansik but by a man named Dimitri. And he was wearing a Mansik mask to hide himself. And so Tommy thinks he's Mansik. At that moment, Dimitri shows Mansik a capsule bomb that, when consumed by any person or animal, will explode after a certain period of time. And all those who are around that person or animal will die. Tommy heard these words from behind. After that, Tommy went out to look for Mingming and found her. And he tells Mingming, "Don't worry at all. I will free you from here very soon." From there, Tommy went straight to Taiju's house. He kept ringing the calling bell. But Taiju doesn't open the door because Taiju lost his job because of it. So now he can't trust Tommy anymore. Meanwhile, Tommy is captured by the military men. Since Tommy has broken military rules, he will now be killed. Meanwhile, Seo Yun arrives at Taiju's house to meet Tommy. But when she knows that her father has kicked Tommy out, she is devastated. Taiju can't bear to see his daughter upset, and so he goes out to find Tommy. He goes to the military camp and beats them and takes Tommy away. Tommy is overjoyed to have Taizu back again. "Look, just because I saved you doesn't mean I'm less angry with you," Taizu angrily tells Tommy. "Get out of my sight right now." Then Tommy said to Taizu, "I found Mingming." Hearing this, Taiju took Tommy with him and went to Mingming. There they suddenly meet Crony. Taiju is quite tense to see the crony there. "And if I take this boy with me, there will definitely be some trouble." So he punched him unconscious. And after that they sneaked into Dimitri's warehouse. Taiju finds an electronic gun there. Using it, he kills the guard stationed there. But there Taiju had a big fight with Dimitri. Dimitri is about to kill Taizu when Tommy comes and saves him. After that, the three of them escaped from there after taking away Mingming. But the rest of Dimitri's men pursued them. Then they all rolled several barrels down from above, so that those people can no longer follow them. But the funny thing is, Crony was sitting in one of those barrels. So the poor thing fell down. And Taiju and Tommy ran away with Mingming. Walking past the whole night, they finally find the main road, but Mingming is tired from walking all night. So she tells Taiju, "I can't walk anymore. I'm a celebrity. I'll lose my figure if I suffer so much." So, they take a bus to bring celebrity Mingming home. There, Taiju presents himself in such a way that people think he is not the real Mingming, but a man in a panda costume. They somehow manage to reach home. After returning, Taiju asks Seo Yun to come home. After Seo Yun arrives, Taiju introduces her to Mingming. Seo Yun plays with Mingming for a long time. Meanwhile, Mansik's head is upset when Mingming runs away. All his plans are ruined. When he angrily goes to retort at Dimitri, then Dimitri puts a capsule bomb in his mouth. Afterward, they lock Mansik in a room. Actually, Dimitri's plan was not to take Mingming's DNA. His plan was to feed Mingming the capsule bomb and bring it back to the zoo. Because Dimitri already knew that a celebration party was being organized in Korea with Mingming, and the big leaders of both countries will be present in that party. And when Mingming is taken to the party, the bomb in his stomach explodes, killing everyone present. On the one hand, the relationship between the two countries will be damaged, and on the other hand, the Korean government will be weakened. Dimitri comes out with his men, leaving Mansik in the warehouse. And shortly after that, there was a huge blast in the warehouse. Meanwhile, Taiju takes his boss home and shows her to Mingming. His boss is very happy to see Mingming healthy. And not just Mingming, he brought home all the animals and birds that Taiju had been talking to so far. Pretty much his house has become a zoo now. Anyway, Taiju and his boss go out with Mingming. However, as soon as they arrive there, Tommy smells the scent in the air. The smell is a bit strange. Tommy follows the scent a little further away. And that's when Dimitri's men kidnap Tommy. Taiju sees Tommy being taken away and tries to catch them. But before that they ran away with Tommy. Taiju then returns home and asks a bird to find Tommy's location. Then the bird went out to find Tommy with all the birds in the city. Meanwhile, Dimitri fed the capsule bomb to several other military dogs including Tommy, because these dogs will be taken to that event. On the day of the event, Dimitri went there with the dogs dressed as security officers. After the event starts, when Dimitri brings Mingming, he activates the timers on the bombs attached to the dogs and releases them. Everyone there started running away in fear. And Dimitri's men blocked the main gate from the outside so that no one could get out. Seeing the situation, Taiju can't figure out what to do. Then suddenly, he remembers his crony's special pen. As soon as he took out the pen and pressed its switch, all the electromagnetic signals there stopped. At the same time, the bombs in the dogs' stomachs are diffused. That means Dimitri's plan has failed completely. When Dimitri saw this, he was about to leave, and Tommy followed him and caught him. When Tommy attacks Dimitri, he pushes Tommy. Then Tommy got hit on the head. Dimitri then pulls out a pistol to kill Tommy. Just then Taiju goes and saves Tommy. And that bullet hits Taiju's shoulder and Taiju faints. When he regains consciousness, Taiju finds himself getting out of bed at the hospital and goes to find Tommy. Go there and see Tommy's bloody body lying there. Taiju and his daughter break down in tears thinking that Tommy is dead. Then a doctor comes and tells him that Tommy is not dead, he has been given a sleeping injection. So he is sleeping. Hearing this, Taiju breathed a sigh of relief. Afterwards, the director of the niche awards Tommy a medal for his bravery. And with this today's story ends. Today's story was as funny as it was emotional. After listening to the story, you must have understood how beautiful the relationship between humans and animals can be. How would you feel if you got such a strange power like Taiju? You will comment and let us know. And stay tuned for new stories.